Namaskar, good afternoon to all of you. I extend a warm welcome to all our friends from press and electronic media for today's press conference on rainfall and temperature outlook for the month of May 2026. So before we proceed for the outlook, let us have a look about the past weather during the month of April 2026. So if you look at the diagram on the right hand side, which shows meteorological subdivision-wise rainfall departure from the normal, you will find that many subdivisions in the north were excess. That means rainfall was above normal, and many subdivisions in the south, they have got the deficient rainfall or below normal rainfall. So this blue and deep blue colors indicates excess rainfall, and green color indicates normal rainfall. Red color indicates deficient rainfall. Yellow color also deficient rainfall. So yellow indicates large deficient rainfall, that is about 60% deficient. So by that way, there was less rainfall activity over Vidarbha and also Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. There is also less rainfall activity over say Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Rayalaseema, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Kerala, Konkan and Goa, and the north over Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and Arunachal Pradesh. So there is remaining had good rainfall activity. So when you consider the total rainfall for the country as a whole, it becomes just near normal because actual rainfall is 68.8 against normal of 69.2, and that's just 1% below normal. So now let us have a comparison. So in the month of March, rainfall for the country as a whole was 12% above normal, and in the month of April, it has become just 1% below normal. So I am sorry, actually, in the month of April, it has become 11% below normal, and season as a whole, it has become 1% below normal. So what I want to highlight that the country as a whole, while it has got good rainfall activity in the month of March, in the month of April, it has been relatively less rainfall activity, and that less rainfall activity is mainly over the southern parts. The northern parts had the good rainfall activity. So therefore, if you just look at regions wise, you will see that South Peninsula has got 25.7% above normal in the month of March, whereas it is 51% below normal in the month of April. Okay, so in the country as a whole, if you consider March and April both, then it is 26.9% or 27% below normal for the South Peninsula, India. The other subdivisions are either normal or above normal. Now let us look at the district-wise rainfall distribution on the left-hand side. You can find out the same fact in the southern peninsula, starting with Chhattisgarh and adjoining East MP towards extreme Tamil Nadu and Kerala, all were mostly deficient rainfall activity, whereas in northern parts it was normal to above normal rainfall activity. Now, month of April, this is the rainfall from 1901 to 2026. You find that rainfall over India as a whole was 10th lowest since 2001 and is the 40th lowest. That means it is not any such a record-breaking low rainfall activity in the month of April. It is just one of the many years which has happened in the past. The daily variation of all India rainfall, if you just look at, you'll find that the past 9 days, 10 days, it was a good rainfall activity. Mostly it is above normal rainfall days. And again, it became near normal around 21 and 22 April. And then around 30th April and 29th April, we also have the above normal rainfall activity. So that means the you can say there is some kind of three peaks. One peak came around say 9th of April, and second peak came around say 21, 22 April, and third peak came around 30th April. And if you look at afterwards, we'll see that all these peaks were mainly associated with the western disturbances which passed over the Indian region. Now let us look at the South Peninsular India. The South Peninsular India rainfall activity, if you just look at this year, it has been the 10th lowest since 1901, and this is the 4th lowest since 2001. So that means the really South Peninsular India this year was the low rainfall activity. Okay, and in the past, if you look at the low rainfall activity, you will find that these are the years. 1983, it was the lowest rainfall activity, and then it was 2016, then 1906, 1950, 2024, 1987, 1964, 1903, 1990, 2017. So if you look at the past 10 years, the recent years which have got less rainfall activity is the 2016, and then 2017, and then 2024 out of 10 years. So what I want to say that it need not be interpreted as the impact of the climate change, because in recent years it has not been so frequent in cutting the low rainfall activity. Only 3 years out of 10 we have the low rainfall activity. Number 2 point is that it has also no indication with expected monsoon seasonal rainfall or the El Nino conditions of the region, because if you look at, there is no such one-to-one relationship here. For example, this is 1997 is not appearing here, or 2023 is not appearing here, or 2015 is not appearing here. So therefore, there is no such relation in the peninsular rainfall activity with the El Nino conditions. And one is appearing, of course, 1987. It is 13.7 rainfall millimeter. It was one of the lowest rainfall activity in 1987, which is also the El Nino year. Otherwise, most of the El Nino years are not appearing here in this association with the rainfall. So therefore, I would say that the South Peninsular low rainfall activity cannot be associated with the monsoon rainfall, and also cannot be associated with the El Nino activity. Now, let us look at heavy rainfall events which occurred in the month of April. You will find that the dots, red dots, only one that is in Khasi Hills, and others are mainly the green dots. Green dots suggest the heavy rainfall activity, and blue indicates the very heavy rainfall activity. So what I want to say that number of heavy rainfall activity was near normal. 103 events we could get in month of April, whereas blue one, that is very heavy rainfall and extreme heavy rainfall activity, was quite less. It was only 4 and 3 events. Now, if I compare with the past years like 2022, 23, 24, 25, so you will find that it is better than 2024. 2024 was the lowest number of heavy rainfall days. Okay, and you had the maximum activity in 2025 with 136 events of heavy rainfall days, 21 very heavy rainfall days, and 3 extremely heavy rainfall days. Now let us look at the temperature during April 2026. The top panel shows maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and mean temperature over different parts of the country. The bottom panel shows the maximum temperature anomaly, minimum temperature anomaly, and mean temperature anomaly. So here the yellow color indicates the above normal temperature by roughly 1 to 2 degrees Celsius, and green indicates the below normal temperature, which may be 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. From this color, you can just find out. And mean temperature, and the white phase indicates 0 to 1 degree Celsius difference. So what you find that the maximum temperature over many parts of the country, except some parts of northwest India and northeast and adjoining eastern India, where it was below normal. Otherwise, it was above normal in many parts of the country. Minimum temperature also above normal over many parts of the country, and the mean temperature also above normal over many parts of the country, except that northeastern states and some parts. So what you find that the southern peninsula, which got less rainfall activity, especially eastern parts, you can find the higher temperature therefore. Now let us look at the temperature comparison. If I look at all India rainfall ranking since 1901, it is not any record-breaking temperature because rank is 37, 23, and 28 with respect to maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and mean temperature. Similar is the case with respect to Northwest India, East and Northeast India, and Central India. Only when you consider, I have marked the red one, the South Peninsular India, it was the ninth highest temperature since 1901. Similarly, it was the eighth highest minimum temperature, and hence the mean temperature is also the seventh highest. So, truly speaking, therefore, the South Peninsular India was one of the years having ranks within 10 in terms of maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and mean temperature. Now, let us look at the temperature comparison from 1901 onwards. If I look at average maximum temperature is just near normal, and average mean temperature is also above normal slightly, and mean temperature is also near normal. So country as a whole, therefore, there is no such record-breaking one. It was just nearby to the normal. But when you consider the peninsular India, it is really the warmer temperature during April 2026. Now let us look at the rainfall during the month of May. On the right hand side, there are four maps. The first map on the left top is the first week, that is 1 April to 7th April rainfall, ending on 3 UTC of 8th April. And then next week is the 3 UTC up to next week, that is second week up to 8:30 IST of 15th April. And in the bottom left, it is up to 22nd April, week-wise rainfall. And the last one is up to 29 April. So what you find actually, the past week, as I was telling you, up to 9, rainfall activity was quite high in the country. You can see just like entire country got rainfall activity in terms of the western disturbances or thunderstorms, etc. There is good rainfall. The next week, rainfall decreased, being limited only to the northern parts of the country. In the third week, rainfall activity was confined to the east and northeast India and some parts of peninsular India. There is a north-south, northeast to southwest orientation in the rainfall activity. And similar phenomena occurred in the last week also. Along with that, northwest India also got rainfall activity. So, if I look at the western disturbances, there were 7 western disturbances in different intervals, roughly 2 to 7, then 6 to 8. There was overlapping western disturbance also, then 10 to 12, 16 to 18, 18 to 20, 24, 28, and 27, 29. And mainly these western disturbances affected western Himalayan region, but 3 western disturbances, mainly during 2nd to 8th and 27 to 29. That is the first week and the last week. These western disturbances, 3 western, 2 to 8, there are 2 western disturbances, and 27 to 29, there is 1 western disturbance. They caused large-scale thunderstorm or rainfall or showers, gusty or squally winds, lightning, in some parts hailstorm also. It is not mentioned hailstorm, but hailstorm also occurred in different regions. Mainly in the plains of northwest India and then central and east India. These are affected by this type of activity. But Peninsular India also got thunderstorm activity and rainfall activity in the month, but it was not so high, and hence rainfall was deficient. But large-scale thunderstorm activity occurred in many parts of the country, mainly during 1 to 12 April, as we are telling. And due to actually the western disturbance in the form of a trough or the cyclone circulations passing over the region. The WDs and thunderstorm activity kept the maximum temperature in check. You can say it could control the maximum temperature in the first half of the month, but subsequently, as you can see, rainfall activity decreased in the last 2 weeks. So temperature rose and heat-wave conditions also prevailed. The increased thunderstorm activity during last week again modulated the maximum temperature. So I want to say that after 12th of April until around 27th of April, the heat-wave conditions prevailed in some parts of the country. Now let us look at what was the forecast and what was the observed heatwave during April 2026. So you can see here on the left-hand side, there is the climatology of heatwave conditions in the month of April. In the middle, it was the forecast of heat wave conditions for the month of April. And the right-hand side, you can find out which are the stations reported the heat wave conditions. So there has been heat wave conditions in different parts of the country. Mainly, you can find out along the foothills areas. Also, you can find out in some areas of Gujarat and Rajasthan, and central parts, especially the Vidarbha and adjoining areas of East MP, and Odisha, inter Odisha, and some isolated pockets. Now, other parts of isolated pockets, you can say in Telangana, Rayalaseema, even in Tamil Nadu, Kerala. These are all isolated one-day activity like that. But main heat wave conditions prevailed along the foothills and in the central part, starting with Gujarat to southern parts of MP, northern parts of Maharashtra, like Vidarbha region, and southeast and south east MP, and adjoining Chhattisgarh. Now let us look at the observed heat wave conditions subdivision-wise. Yes, it was April 2026. On the left-hand side, you can find these are the subdivisions which got yellow mark, is mentioned here. Got other subdivisions got one or that is not shown here. It is green shown here, but if you go to actual, you can find out in different subdivisions 1 or 2 days. Also, heat wave conditions prevailed. That means these subdivisions which are shown in yellow, you can see the more number of stations reported heat wave conditions. Then right-hand side, this is the hailstorm days. You can find out, yes, hailstorm occurred in most of the meteorological subdivisions because of the thunderstorm activity and favorable conditions of the upper atmosphere. So there was about 6 to 10 days hailstorm activity over Madhya Maharashtra, Telangana, West MP, East MP. These are the regions where you have got, and also Uttarakhand got higher number of thunderstorm activity. Thunderstorm activity also associated the hailstorms. Now, let us look at the significant weather events which caused damages in different parts. You can find out there was lightning mainly, and number of human deaths was 10, as per the media report what we have collected through our Pune office. It includes Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Odisha, total 10 deaths. Then heat wave, there are 5 deaths in West Bengal and Kerala. Dust storm, there are 4 deaths from Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Hailstorm, there are 2 in Uttar Pradesh. Floods and heavy rain, it was Assam and Maharashtra. As I know that East Khasi Hill got the extremely heavy rainfall activity. And thunderstorm, 1 death was there from Assam. Now, I will go in other way to interpret this one. So whether it is thunderstorm or hailstorm or lightning, all are in the one group. So therefore, I will say thunderstorm and associated severe weather phenomena caused the death of 13 people. And dust storm has 4, heat wave has 5, and heavy rainfall has 2. Again, heavy rainfall in Assam occurs in the form of thunderstorms. It is not like monsoonal heavy rainfall. It is thunderstorm associated heavy rainfall. So that also you can think it's in Maharashtra also. It is just thunderstorm associated heavy rainfall. So mainly the thunderstorm activity which has caused this type of activity. Dust storm occurs when there is no moisture, and therefore it is Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, it is a dust storm activity. It is a convective storm only. In the absence of moisture, it leads to the dust storm. So therefore, you can see that number of deaths have been 10, 15, 19, 23, 24 deaths. And observed rainfall category and forecast rainfall category, let us compare. On right-hand side is for the forecast. We predicted that there will be normal to abnormal rainfall activity over many parts of the country, except the Ladakh and adjoining areas and some parts of eastern India and northeastern states. And in the southeast peninsula, like say Rayalaseema and Tamil Nadu region. So you can find out that to a large extent, the area which was predicted to have normal to abnormal rainfall has come correct. And also the below normal rainfall activity over the Ladakh and adjoining areas, northeastern states, some parts of eastern India has also come correct. And some deficient rainfall activity over Rayalaseema and South Karnataka has gone wrong, as prediction was the normal to abnormal rainfall, it has become the below normal rainfall activity. Otherwise, so I'll say around 80 to 90% of area has come correct, whereas others have gone wrong. Now let us look at the temperature forecast. On the right hand side, this is the maximum temperature forecast for the month of April. On the left hand side, this is the actual rainfall, actual temperature, what happened is maximum temperature. So what you find that if you look at our map, it was showing that the temperature is normal to below normal in many parts, and it has occurred. So, but there are certain areas in northwest India, like say Western Himalayan region and some parts of Rajasthan, where prediction was above normal, but it has become below normal temperature. Otherwise, major parts of the country. Similarly, southern peninsula, Tamil Nadu, and adjoining South Karnataka and Rayalaseema, we predicted above normal. We predicted normal to above normal temperature, but it is gone above normal temperature. So I'll say here also we could predict very well, except northeastern states. Northeastern states prediction was above normal, but it has become normal to below normal temperature because of the very good thunderstorm activity. So I will say here also forecast is almost more than 80 to 85% correct in predicting the temperature maximum. This is the minimum temperature forecast. Here also prediction was that many parts or most parts of the country will have above normal temperature. But here in the area like central India, like Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, in adjacent areas, here forecast has gone wrong. So large part of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Uttarakhand, and Himachal Pradesh has forecast has gone wrong. Otherwise, remaining areas forecast has gone correct. Now let us look at the El Nino Southern Oscillation conditions, that is ENSO. If we look at there are various Nino regions. Now 3.4 is important for us. And what do you find actually? If you look at different ocean basins, it is above normal temperature in most parts. You can find out, and comparing the western, eastern, equatorial Pacific, you can find that yes, in this area the temperature normal is less relatively compared to this region and extreme eastern region of the equatorial Pacific. So, but if you take the mean Nino 3.4 regions, it is 0.2 degrees Celsius. That means still it is the neutral condition which is prevailing over the equatorial Pacific. We are traveling through neutral El Nino Southern Oscillation condition at present. Now, if I look at the forecast, then you can find that this gray bar, which indicates the neutral conditions, April, May, June, it is the dominating, and May, June, July, the probability of El Nino is increasing, and June, July, August probability is further increasing, and July, August, September, it is saturating, becoming maximum, and October, it is continuing till November, December, January. That means the forecast says that in the monsoon season, the El Nino condition will develop, and most probably in July, and it will continue till the early months of 2027. So on right hand side, there are different models which predict El Nino conditions. So all are showing that at present it is neutral. May also it will be neutral. June also it may continue to be neutral or above neutral. Some models are suggesting. So therefore there is a predictability. There is a prediction that during monsoon season, El Nino condition is likely to develop. Now let us look at the Indian Ocean dipole, and you will find that the Indian Ocean dipole is near normal at present, and as per prediction also, it will continue to be near normal, but temporarily sometimes it may go above normal, but that is positive IOD, say around July, then it will be near positive or neutral in August, then again it is continuing like that. So that means the neutral Indian Ocean dipole conditions are prevailing over Indian Ocean, and models suggest the development of positive conditions during southwest monsoon season are very close to positive conditions during southwest monsoon season. And I have to say that positive condition is favorable for good monsoon conditions. But if I compare the impact of El Nino and IOD, El Nino is more powerful, you can say, compared to Indian Ocean dipole conditions. So we are watching every month. Prediction is updated by various agencies, including IMD and also World Meteorological Organization. Now let us look at the MMCFS model. It is showing yes development of El Nino conditions, and IOD conditions, it is suggesting that will be positive during the monsoon season. Now, let us look at the probabilistic temperature forecast for the month of May. So here yellow, orange, red indicates the above normal temperature, and green indicates normal temperature. Blue or light blue indicates the below normal temperature. So what you find at the left-hand side diagram is the maximum temperature forecast that major parts of northwest and central India, plains of northwest and central India, is expected to be normal to below normal temperature. Whereas the peninsular India and some parts of western India, northwestern India, and entire northeast India should have above normal temperature, along with the coastal region of North Andhra Pradesh and Odisha also will have the above normal temperature. Similarly, if I consider and Gujarat also above normal temperature, and West Coast also above normal. If I consider minimum temperature, so it is showing that it will be above normal over the Western Himalayan region, many parts of East and Northeast India, some parts of Central India, and many parts of Peninsular India. So if I compare both the maps, so what I find that over Gujarat area, especially the South Gujarat, both maximum temperature and minimum temperature is expected to be above normal. Over the coastal region, over the northeastern states and adjoining eastern India, also both temperatures are expected to be above normal. In peninsular India, also both the temperatures of maximum and minimum are expected to be above normal. So let us look at then what is the heat wave conditions. So therefore, heat wave conditions, we look at, so most prominently we can expect Gujarat and adjoining areas of Maharashtra, the heat wave conditions, the foothills of the Himalayas, and the coastal states of the east coast. So starting with West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and some parts of North Tamil Nadu also can have the heat wave conditions during May 2026. For the central part like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and adjoining southern UP are expected to be slightly below normal. This color, what you say, 1 to 2 degree, 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 days below normal. That means that it doesn't mean that there will be no heat wave condition in the central part. Yeah, but number of days will be 1 to 2 days less. But over say Himachal Pradesh, adjoining Punjab, then North Haryana, and Uttarakhand foothills, that is northern parts of UP, they will have the heat wave conditions. Same is the case, there will be increased number of heat wave conditions along the east coast states and Gujarat by about 4 to 5 days in the month of May. Now let us look at the monthly rainfall forecast for the month of May. So if you look at the diagram, you can find that yes, we are expecting normal to above normal rainfall over many parts of the country, except east and northeast India, where you can find out yellow in many parts, and also except southern parts of Gujarat, especially Saurashtra and west coast like Konkan area, etc., where also it is below normal temperature. So this is in agreement with the temperature forecast what I showed you earlier, and so accordingly you can expect the higher temperature in the shallow regions where you expect the below normal rainfall. But if I consider country as a whole, then the rainfall during May 2026 average for the country is expected to be above normal, that is more than 110%. अभी मैं आप सभी को हिंदी में कुछ जानकारी देने के लिए कोशिश करूंगा। आज इस चित्र में जो आप देख रहे हैं अधिकतम तापमान बाएं तरफ, ये दर्शाता है कि केंद्रीय भारत और उत्तर पश्चिम भारत में जो मैदानी इलाका है उस इलाका में सामान्य या सामान्य से नीचे तापमान, अधिकतम तापमान रहने का संभावना है, मगर उत्तर पूर्व भारत और इसके आसपास जो पूर्वी भारत और पश्चिम हिमालयन क्षेत्र, गुजरात और दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप एरिया में तापमान, अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य से ज्यादा रहने का संभावना है, और यहाँ तटीय उड़ीसा और उत्तर आंध्र प्रदेश का जो तटीय इलाका है वहाँ भी तापमान सामान्य से ज्यादा रहने का संभावना है। इसके साथ साथ कुछ आइसोटोप पॉकेट्स होगा जैसे यूपी वगैरह में, जहाँ भी तापमान सामान्य से ज्यादा हो सकता है। न्यूनतम तापमान की बात करें सो मेनी पार्ट्स में कोई क्षेत्र में तापमान सामान्य से ज्यादा रहेगा, क्योंकि हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि ज्यादा बारिश होगा, इसमें न्यूनतम तापमान ज्यादा होता है। और इसके साथ साथ ऐसे एरिया कुछ है, जैसे मैदानी इलाका है नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया का, पंजाब, हरियाणा, चंडीगढ़, दिल्ली एंड ईस्ट राजस्थान, एंड सम एरियाज ऑफ नॉर्थ मध्य प्रदेश, नॉर्थ छत्तीसगढ़ और नॉर्थ तेलंगाना एंड एडजॉइनिंग विदर्भ और सदर्न पार्ट्स ऑफ नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स, वहाँ टेम्परेचर बिलो नॉर्मल रहने का संभावना है, नहीं तो नॉर्मल रहने का संभावना है। अभी ग्रीष्म लहर का बात करें तो क्या उष्ण लहर या लू की बात करें, मई 2026 के दौरान गंगा के मैदानी इलाका जो हिमालय के आसपास लगे हुए हैं, पूर्व तटीय राज्यों, गुजरात और महाराष्ट्र के कुछ हिस्सों में सामान्य से अधिक ग्रीष्म लहर या उष्ण लहर या हीट वेव कंडीशन रहने का संभावना दिखाई दे रहा है। सो इस स्टेट को आप देखें तो आप गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटक, तटीय उड़ीसा, पश्चिम बंगाल, तमिलनाडु और आंध्र प्रदेश के कुछ अलग अलग इलाका में सामान्य से अधिक दिनों तक उष्ण लहर चलने की संभावना है। जो लाइट ब्लू कलर दिखाई दे रहा है केंद्रीय भारत में, जैसे कि मध्य प्रदेश और इसके आसपास उत्तर प्रदेश के दक्षिण क्षेत्र और राजस्थान कुछ इलाका, वहाँ 1 से 2 दिन सामान्य से नीचे हीट वेव कंडीशन रहने का संभावना है। इसका मतलब नहीं है कि वहाँ हीट वेव नहीं होगा, हीट वेव होता है, वो हीट वेव प्रोन एरिया है, हीट वेव होगा, मगर नंबर ऑफ डेज 1 से 2 दिन कम होने का संभावना है। मई 2026 के लिए मासिक वर्षा का पूर्वानुमान देखें तो पूरे देश में औसत वर्षा के सामान्य से अधिक यानी दीर्घावधि औसत का 110% से ज्यादा वर्षा होने की सबसे अधिक संभावना है। हमने 1971 को 2020 को आंकड़ा के आधार पर मई के महीने में पूरे देश के लिए वर्षा का एलपीए को देखें तो ये लगभग 61.4 मिलीमीटर है। देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है, सिवाय पूर्व और पूर्वोत्तर भारत तथा पूर्व मध्य भारत के कुछ हिस्सों को छोड़कर, जहां सामान्य से नीचे वर्षा होने की संभावना है। तो मानचित्र में जो बिंदीदार इलाका है, जैसे आप देख पाएंगे, गुजरात, मध्य प्रदेश, विदर्भ एंड एडजॉइनिंग एरियाज, छत्तीसगढ़ का बहुत सारे हिस्से, या जो बिंदीदार इलाका है, ये दर्शाता है कि यहाँ जो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होता है वो बहुत कम होता है, यानी ये सब एरिया में रेनफॉल वेरिएबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा है, इसलिए प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी इसका कम होता है। और जो सफेद क्षेत्र दिखाई दे रहा है वो सूचित करता है कि वहाँ मॉडल का कोई स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है, मॉडल नहीं बोल पा रहे हैं वहाँ एबो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होगा या बिलो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होगा या नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होगा। सो मॉडल का कोई प्रेडिक्शन नहीं है वो सफेद क्षेत्र जो आपको दिखाई दे रहा है। अभी हम आने वाले महीने में वीक वाइज रेनफॉल देखें तो आप हमारा जो एक्सटेंड रेंज फोरकास्ट है 1 अप्रैल से शुरू होता है, माने 1 मई से शुरू होता है, माने आज से इसका पूर्वानुमान शुरू होता है। सो आप देखेंगे कि अच्छा बारिश ये भी दिखा रहा है डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में, और स्पेशली साउथ पेनिनसुलर एरिया और नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स और एडजॉइनिंग ईस्टर्न इंडिया में एबव नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होने का संभावना है वीक 1 में, यानी अप टू 7th में, देन second week that is up to 15th May, 14th May, then third week also that is 21st May and fourth week also. So आपको यहाँ सभी जगह में सफेद इलाका दिखाई दे रहा है, नहीं तो ब्लू इलाका दिखाई दे रहा है। ब्लू इलाका होता है कि नॉर्मल से एबो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल, सफेद जो है वो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी है। येलो इलाका आपको दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है एक्सेप्ट इन द सेकेंड वीक आप देखेंगे जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख एरिया में कुछ और अरुणाचल प्रदेश में कुछ इलाके में येलो दिखाई दे रहा है, और फिर फोर्थ वीक में भी लद्दाख और जम्मू कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड में कुछ इलाके में येलो दिखाई दे रहा है, माने वो सभी इलाके में वो सभी हफ्ता में नॉर्मल से कम रेनफॉल होने का संभावना है। और कंट्री जो हम देखें तो अच्छा बारिश होने का संभावना है नेक्स्ट 4 वीक्स। अभी हम टेम्परेचर मैक्सिमम का फोरकास्ट देखें एक्सटेंड वीक 1 वीक 2 जैसे अच्छा बारिश हो रहा है तो वीक 1 में बहुत अच्छा बारिश होगा, इसलिए सिर्फ राजस्थान रीजन एरिया जो पंजाब हरियाणा इलाका में टेम्परेचर एबो नॉर्मल हो सकता है, और कोस्टल ओडिशा एंड रीजनिंग एरियाज कोस्टल आंध्र प्रदेश में भी टेम्परेचर एबो नॉर्मल हो सकता है। अदरवाइज मेजर पार्ट्स में आपको बिलो नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर रहने का संभावना है, मगर वेस्ट कोस्ट में और साउथ तमिलनाडु में भी एबो नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर हो सकता है। और जब आप सेकेंड वीक को चलते हैं, दैट इज 14 में एंडिंग वीक, वहां आपका सेंट्रल इंडिया और एडजॉइनिंग प्लेन्स ऑफ नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया सभी जगह टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा है, और ऑरेंज कलर आप देख पाएंगे। ऑरेंज कलर मतलब होता है कि टेम्परेचर ज्यादा वहाँ राइज हो रहा है, 2 से 3 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर वो नॉर्मल हो सकता है। और फिर थर्ड वीक में टेम्परेचर में थोड़ा गिरावट होगा, रेनफॉल बढ़ेगा, और फोर्थ वीक में अगेन इसमें एक फोर्टनाइट ऑसिलेशन जैसे आपको दिखाई दे रहा है सेकेंड वीक और फोर्थ वीक में, यानी 8 to 14 में और 22 में टू 28 में, ये 2 हफ्ता इंपॉर्टेंट है जहां टेम्परेचर बढ़ने की संभावना है और हीट वेव कंडीशंस ज्यादा डेवलप होने का भी संभावना है। मिनिमम टेम्परेचर की बात करें, ऐसी स्थिति दिखाई दे रहा है। आप देखेंगे फर्स्ट वीक में वेस्टर्न इंडिया और साउथ पेनिनसुलर इंडिया, वेस्ट कोस्ट वगैरह में टेम्परेचर एबव नॉर्मल रहेगा। सेकेंड वीक में ये एबव नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर का एरिया बढ़ रहा है क्योंकि बारिश नहीं हो रहा है, एंड देन थर्ड वीक में ऐसे भी, और फोर्थ वीक में और ज्यादा बढ़ रहा है। सो मोटामोटी मैं यही बात बोलना चाहता हूँ, जो हीट कंडीशन है, सो हीट कंडीशन सेकेंड वीक फोर्थ वीक में ज्यादा होने का संभावना है। और मैं दोनों को कंपेयर करूं, माने वार्म नाइट कंडीशन और हीट वेव कंडीशन दोनों कंपेयर करूं, तो आप देखेंगे कि ये जो नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया है, ये नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया जैसे राजस्थान एरियाज ऑफ हरियाणा, पंजाब एंड वेस्ट एमपी एंड गुजरात एरिया, वो आप देखेंगे इस एरिया में दोनों मैप में सेकेंड वीक आप कंपेयर करें तो एबव नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर दिखाई दे रहा है। दैट मीन्स वार्मर डे एंड वार्मर नाइट कंडीशंस उस एरिया में डेवलप होगा, बट whether it will be heat wave conditions or not, that we'll see on day by day basis. Similarly, if I go to fourth week also, the area is becoming coincidental, so that means both warmer day, warmer night conditions also will develop in the fourth week, that is 22 to 28 May. So let us have a watch, let us have a preparedness for 8 May to 14 May and 22 May to 28 May, these 2 weeks where we can expect higher temperature both day and night, and also there could be heat wave conditions in some parts of the country. Now let's look at what forecast we've given for next 4 weeks considering all the model guidance. You can see that here the dotted area आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, white plus red dot, that stands for probability of heat wave conditions. So there is a probability of heat wave conditions developing over West Rajasthan and adjoining areas in both week 1 and week 2, and also over Vidarbha and adjoining areas of Chhattisgarh and Telangana and Marathwada also. It will in the week 2 and week 1 only Vidarbha. So these are 2 areas where heat wave conditions are expected in week 1 and week 2. But apart from that, if you look at the blue with dots, which is surrounding these heat wave conditions which are predicted, so that is nothing but the above normal conditions where temperature could be 2 to 3 degrees Celsius above normal. So that means even if you do not have heat wave conditions, but the coastal areas of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, there it will be very hot and humid, because here you have got higher than normal temperature, and the coastal areas hot and humid conditions can be expected along the east coast states in the week 1, and over South Odisha and North Andhra Pradesh coast in week 2, and in both the weeks you can find out along the west coast, starting with Karnataka and Maharashtra coast, and then of course Gujarat, Saurashtra coast, and Daman, Diu, Dadra Nagar Haveli, all these coasts can be expecting towards the above normal temperatures. So you can find out another indication here, that is the slant bars drawn over West Rajasthan and Saurashtra and Kutch region of Gujarat. And this indicates temperature will be 3 to 5 degrees Celsius above normal. So that means our attention towards temperature is that western part like Rajasthan, Gujarat, west coast of Maharashtra, and that is west coast, including Maharashtra coast and Karnataka coast. And the right-hand side is the east coast, and especially North Andhra Pradesh and South Odisha coast. These are the areas where you can have very hot conditions during the next 2 weeks, with possibility of heat wave over West Rajasthan and adjoining areas, and Vidarbha and adjoining areas during both the weeks. Now, night temperature, if I just look at over the same area where we are in the western part, we are predicting the higher temperature, you have got the higher night temperature, 1 to 3 degrees Celsius above normal night temperatures are expected over these west coast areas. So therefore the heat of conditions which will develop over West Rajasthan, it will be supported by the warmer nights. And of course, the hot and humid conditions which will develop over the west coast, that will be supported by the warmer nights. Now, the month of May has started, so therefore we thought that from 1st May itself, every week we'll give you some kind of information about the developments of the circulation and likely progress of the monsoon. So if I just look at the monsoon large-scale circulation, by 20th May, monsoon sets in over Port Blair or South Andaman Sea, then South Bay of Bengal. A normal date for onset of southwest monsoon is 1st June over the Kerala. So now, today we have the forecast of 27 May. On the left-hand side, this is the 858, so that's 1.5 kilometer height wind speed. You will see that the first week or the second week or the third week, you will find that it is gradually, these are the easterly winds you can find out on the left-hand side here, the easterly winds. So past 2 weeks, there is no such development. Third week onwards, westerlies are increasing the southern parts of the Indian Ocean, and you can find out here. And fourth week also, it is strengthening and moving towards. So westerlies are increasing from third and fourth weeks over the southern parts of Bay of Bengal. So normal date of onset of monsoon over Port Blair is 20th May, and you can find out that towards that date, the monsoon winds, that is cross-equatorial winds, may strengthen towards the South Bay of Bengal, Southeast Andaman Sea, Andaman Nicobar Islands, etc. So, the right-hand side is the anomalous map. There is deviation from normal. That is also supporting this type of activity. Now, this is the 500 HPA, that's the depth of westerlies. You can find out that the past 2 weeks, westerly winds are not prevailing, that easterly winds are prevailing over the Bay of Bengal. From third week onwards, in the 500 HPA, that is a height of about 6 kilometers, you can find out the westerly winds. So westerly winds and moving towards southwesterly, it is becoming southwesterly, there is southwest monsoon over the Andaman Nicobar Islands and Andaman Sea. So what I want to say that in the third week, that is 14th to 20th May, over the southern parts of Bay of Bengal and Andaman Sea and South Andaman Sea and Andaman Islands, Nicobar Islands, etc., we will be expecting the southwesterly winds, which is a requirement for considering the advance of monsoon. We consider advance of monsoon when you have the lower level westerlies, number one. Number two, the depth of westerlies should be there up to 4 to 5 kilometers, and the strength of westerlies should be at least 15 knots in the lower levels. Lastly, it should cause rainfall. So these are the 4 criteria which is considered for onset and advance of monsoon, and more rigorous criteria is examined on day-to-day basis. So this is the 7 days forecast for the severe weather multi-hazard early warning system. And you can find out that entire northeastern states and eastern India and east coast states were expecting thunderstorm activity. And this day, that is this is for today, then tomorrow, then tomorrow, that is 3, 4, 5, and so up to 5th or at least 6th some areas, but up to 5th you can have different activities over northeast India. There could be thunderstorms, squalls, gusty winds, lightning, hailstorm in isolated places also. We are given orange color warning and different meteorological subdivisions. So people should be prepared and take actions to minimize the loss of lives. Another area is the extreme south peninsula, where the heat wave conditions also in isolated places. That includes coastal Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and South Andhra Pradesh. So these are areas you can see the temperature thermometer mark here in red. So this indicates the heat wave conditions. We are also expecting some kind of WD activities in Northwest India that will commence from 2nd of May, but it will continue till 5th May. And in some parts also on 6th May also. So 2nd to 6th, I will say there will be impact in different parts of Northwest India, where you can expect rain or thunderstorms. And also there could be lightning, hailstorms in isolated places. So thank you. After Dhanyavad. Avi, if you have any questions or comments, you can ask me.
Sir, Jayashree from Hindustan Times.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I wanted to ask this rainfall above normal or normal to above normal rainfall in May, is it because of western disturbances? You're expecting more western disturbances during this period? Because we are also likely to see below normal temperatures in many parts. So what kind of
Yes, it is only possible in the month of May, and there could be higher rainfall activity due to two regions. One is the western disturbance. As you have seen the prediction, Northwest India is showing more rain. That means the western disturbance is expected to be more. The number two is that the thunderstorm activity. The May is the month when you have climatologically the favorable conditions for thunderstorm activity in East India, Northeast India, and also South Peninsular India. Maybe this year we have more thunderstorm activity than the normal activity, which will lead to more rainfall. So this is a combination of both.
One follow-up question. Does it have any relationship with the evolving nature of El Nino, that it is likely to make onset or something like that?
Yeah, if you just look at, I have shown earlier, the rainfall activity was also quite good last year in the pre-monsoon season. But we have got a good rainfall activity in the monsoon season also. So there is no such one-to-one relationship between the rainfall activity during the pre-monsoon months like April or May, and then the subsequent monsoon season. And as I have shown you the rainfall in South Peninsula, there is no such relation between El Nino. Number of years I have shown you where temperature has been less, but it has no relation with the El Nino conditions in the subsequent years.
Dr. Mohapatra, this
So
is Kalyan from Deccan.
Yes, Kalyanji.
There are two queries. One is that in the last 5 days, I think twice the Banda in East UP has recorded the highest temperature, 47 plus. So any localized reason for Banda recording such a high temperature? And second,
yes, there are certain specific places, like for example, Churu in Rajasthan, as you told, place there, then Titlagarh in Odisha. So there are certain local conditions, maybe those black soil conditions, or maybe some other condition in terms of the environmental systems, vegetations or the trees, which could be attributing over the years. And so every year you get the higher temperature in such locations.
And also your maps are showing that increasingly the nights are not becoming cooler. Nights are not losing the heat. That's why it is so, sir.
You are right. So nights are not becoming cooler, nights are warmer. The nights become warmer because of the two reasons. One is that the impact of the climate change, because the climate temperature is rising, so therefore night is becoming warmer also. And it is seen that the impact of the climate change is more on the night temperature. So therefore temperature is, in the long term, temperature is in rising trend. The second one is that when you expect more rain, the night will be warmer. So for example, in the month of April, you will say it is night has been warmer because you have got so much cloudy conditions. Once the cloudy conditions, the outgoing long wave radiation from the surface of the earth cannot escape. and hence there cannot be nocturnal cooling and temperature will rise.
Okay, okay,
सर मैं
thanks.
समीर राजपूत हूँ, दिव्य भास्कर अहमदाबाद से।
Yes, Bhaskar ji.
सर ये मंथ ऑफ मई में अहमदाबाद गुजरात के अंदर बारिश होने की कोई संभावना है?
देखिए लोकेशन स्पेसिफिक फोरकास्ट तो हम एक महीने के लिए जो फोरकास्ट हम दे रहे हैं इसमें देना मुश्किल है। अभी हम यही प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं कि गुजरात स्टेट में रेनफॉल जो प्रेडिक्शन है इसके हिसाब से अच्छा है, दैट इज नॉर्मल, नियर नॉर्मल, बट द वेरिएबिलिटी जो है अहमदाबाद गुजरात एरिया के is quite high. So when a phenomena which is occurring very rarely, so it has got high variation. Total amount of rainfall which occurs over Gujarat in the month of May is quite less. Usually it does not get rainfall. So therefore, even if we have predicted over the Gujarat region, it will be above normal, and Saurashtra it will have below normal or normal. So with this pinch of salt, you have to accept this fact that the prediction may not be so good because these are the dotted areas. I have told that point, dotted areas where variability is quite high. But as for prediction, yes, Saurashtra will have normal to below normal rainfall activity, and Gujarat region will have above normal rainfall activity.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. This is
So as a
Anjali
result,
from
I
Indian
just want to add
Express.
that as a result, if you look at the temperature over Gujarat is expected to be above normal in the month of May, and hence there could be heat wave conditions. We have predicted heat wave conditions higher than normal over Gujarat.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
हेलो सर, लक्ष्मण फ्रॉम न्यूज 18 गुजराती।
Yes, Lakshman ji.
सर मैं ये जानना चाहता था कि मई महीने में गुजरात में आमतौर पर कितने हीट वेव के दिन रहते हैं और इस बार अबव नॉर्मल है तो मतलब कितने रह सकते हैं। और दूसरा सवाल मेरा ये था कि जैसे आपने मानसून के प्रोग्रेस के बारे में बात की, तो क्या हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि इस बार मानसून समय से एंट्री कर जाएगा देश में?
पहला क्वेश्चन बताता हूँ कि हीट वेव के बारे में जो हमने आज प्रेडिक्ट किया है, इस प्रेडिक्शन के हिसाब से 3 से 4 दिन ज्यादा हीट वेव कंडीशन गुजरात में होने का संभावना है, और ज्यादातर को सौराष्ट्र एरिया में ज्यादातर संभावना है कंपेयर टू गुजरात रीजन। ठीक है, सो गुजरात को हम देखें तो एक है गुजरात रीजन, दूसरा है सौराष्ट्र, दूसरा है कच्छ। जो प्रोबेबिलिटी दिखाई दे रहा है का हीट वेव कंडीशन का सौराष्ट्र में कच्छ में ज्यादा है और गुजरात रीजन में कम है, मगर गुजरात रीजन का जो है वो भी प्रेडिक्शन के अंदर है कि एबोव नॉर्मल हीट वेव कंडीशंस होगा, एंड नंबर ऑफ डेज इज 3 to 4 days एबोव नॉर्मल। सेकंड पॉइंट आते हैं मानसून। मानसून का जो हमने इस बार शुरू किया है कि आपको जानकारी देने के लिए थोड़ी से कि नॉर्मल डेट ऑफ ऑनसेट ऑफ मानसून इज अबाउट 15 to 20 May over the Andaman Nicobar Islands, that is near Port Blair, Srivijayapuram, and adjoining Andaman Sea, Southeast Bay of Bengal, and areas. So there, as I have shown you, the third week, that means 14 to 20, the southwesterly winds, as for today, the predictions based on our extended forecast model, southwesterly winds are expected to prevail. So that first forecast we are issuing, as for the extended forecast, that there could be the progress of southwest monsoon over the Andaman Islands, Nicobar Islands, Southeast Bay of Bengal, and Andaman Sea around third week, that is 14 to 20 May. About Gujarat, it is far away. The normal date for Gujarat is around 10th of June. So once we speak about onset of monsoon of Kerala, then we can speak about onset of Gujarat. So onset of monsoon of Kerala will be told around 15th of May or prior to that, because every day we will be discussing, every week also we will discuss. So next week again we will give a brief about the monsoon, just like this week we have given the briefing. So विजय जी।
हाँ सर, मैं अजय यादव बोल रहा हूँ संदेश न्यूज से।
अजय जी,
आपने बोला कि 3 से 4 दिन ज्यादा गुजरात में हीट वेव की कंडीशन रहेगी, तो अमूमन कितने दिन रहती है और उससे कितना ज्यादा ये रहेगा, मतलब नंबर्स क्या होंगे एक तरह से, और टेम्परेचर क्या
आपको बता देंगे, मेरे पास सभी इमीडिएटली अवेलेबल नहीं है।
ठीक,
so आपको बता देंगे। I will tell Dr. Srijit and our group, Dr. Sanap is here. Dr. Sanap, please provide the normal number of heat wave days over Gujarat.
Okay, sir.
So I just want to learn, say, if we compare with the last year, April month, so this year it was warmer or like hotter than last year, or it's more like same? Do we have made any comparison?
So we'll provide that comparison. Last year's heat wave condition month of May and this year forecast that we can provide you. That also we can provide Dr. Akhil Srivastav and Dr. Sanaf prepare that and you can provide that.
And sir, like again, अभी कुछ पता है कि इसे कब साउथ वेस्ट मानसून स्ट्राइक करेगा केरला कोस्ट?
नहीं वो तो मैं क्लियर कर दिया ना. We are now talking about
Okay.
Srivijayapuram Port Blair because first monsoon reaches there. Normal is 15th to 20th May.
And sir,
Monsoon reaches over Southeast Bay of Bengal, Andaman Sea, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. And for this today, we gave indication that as per the external forecast, 14 to 20 May, week है, वो week में conditions favorable दिखाई दे रहा है.
Okay. Right.
So Kerala के लिए हम बाद में बताएंगे. Perhaps next week again we'll get.
Sir, this is Sandeep Das from Council Express.
Yes. Sandeep ji.
Sir, when is the next long range forecast you will have, and for monsoon, and also the exactly whether as per prediction now, as per all weather forecast, when is the El Nino condition like to develop? It's in August or in July? So that's a slightly.
As per the prediction, it is July. Whether it will be towards end of July or middle of July, it is very difficult to tell at present. But there is a consensus that models are suggesting that yes, I have shown the map, May, June, July, it is showing, and when you go to June, July, August, it is completely. It is showing that it will be El Nino condition. So considering the middle months, if I consider middle months, then July is most likely to have, as per the prediction by the different global models.
Okay, thanks.
Sir, Ganesh here from BBC Marathi. Could you please talk more about the heat wave conditions in Maharashtra, like number of days and other things? And
Thing,
second,
just like Gujarat, in Maharashtra also, we are expecting, especially the Madhya Maharashtra and adjoining areas, where we are expecting the heat wave conditions by about 3 days above normal.
okay, and specific to Amravati, Jalgaon, and other places, we are seeing
it is
highest
not
temperatures.
day-wise. If it is a day-wise forecast, then I can tell you district-wise what is going to happen. This is a forecast on a monthly basis, so it is very difficult. Please appreciate to tell today that whether Amravati will have or Solapur will have. It is not possible with the latest state-of-art technology or the you can say the capability of IMD. We are not able to tell in that location-specific manner.
My question was around the highest temperatures in Akola, Jalgaon, and other places.
So that is the area actually. Akola is the area where every year you will find the temperature is one of the highest. Again, that's like this year also you have seen Amravati, and you have seen already other places which was raised earlier. So there are certain hot zones in the country. Every year there will be a higher temperature.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, good
Anjali ji.
afternoon. This is
Yes, sir.
Anjali from Indian
Is there any
Express.
prediction of cyclone?
Sorry.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. My question is about the western disturbances. In April also there were 7 western disturbances, I understand. So what is the reason there are these many western disturbances affecting the country, even in say March or April? I think the same trend has been continuing. Any reasons specifically for the higher number? Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I do not know. If you ask me, it needs research and find out what happens. One thing is that whatever we have analyzed synoptically on day-to-day basis, out of 8 western disturbances, 3 western disturbances caused rainfall over the plains of North India. That is including Northwest India, Central India, and it moved towards East and Northeast, and there it gets more moisture and thunderstorm activity starts there. So It happened because of the western disturbance, not only in the form of number, but also the associated wind blowing from northern parts of Arabian Sea towards the plains of Northwest India. If you get moisture, then only you will have the western disturbance related rainfall. If you do not have moisture, usually does not give, it gives some rainfall activity over the hills of western region. So this year, the three western disturbances what we mentioned between 1 to 9 April, then other one is 27 to 29 April. So there, the southwesterly winds prevailed from the North Arabian Sea, reaching up to the Northwest India and Central India. So as a result, it caused rainfall activity.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any prediction of a cyclone, sir, in May?
Actually, we do not have any such long-range prediction for the cyclones because there are only 4 to 5 cyclones develop in our Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea every year. Out of that, around one or maximum two can be in the pre-monsoon season, that is mostly April, May, June for Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Again, we have got two basins, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So again, variability is quite large. Therefore, globally also nobody tries to provide any forecast about seasonal development of the cyclones. So we do not have, we tried, we have certain tools we developed, but doesn't have such type of accuracy to say whether in this season cyclone will be more or less, because fact is that you have only one cyclone. What you will predict seasonally? Okay, so that is not globally. No agency also provides, and we do not provide for seasonal forecast. And for the Pacific or for the Atlantic, number is quite high. For example, Pacific there are 35 cyclones, not just Pacific. So they go for prediction, seasonal predictions. Similarly, around 15 cyclones develop in North Atlantic, they go for predictions. So these smaller areas like this, where you have two smaller basins, so there is no such seasonal predictions. But what we do actually, we go for the extended range forecast, that is forecast for next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, we are expecting activity like the formation of the cyclonic circulation, upper air cyclonic circulation, not the cyclones. We are not expecting any cyclone for the next 2 weeks, as per prediction given yesterday. But there will be upper air cyclonic circulations which may develop into a feeble low pressure area also over the southeast Arabian Sea. As a result, rainfall activity will increase. We have shown in the map for the week 1, week 2, etc. Rainfall activity will increase over the southern peninsula. And this is also supported by the Mrutyunjay oscillation and Heatwave, etc. So you can expect increased rainfall activity in southern peninsular region, as it is shown, and that is mainly because of the upper air cyclonic circulations, low pressure systems, but we are not expecting any cyclones.
Sir, one small clarification, Srishti this side. When you said
Yes.
above normal heat wave days in the foothills of Himalayas, so which regions are you specifically referring to?
Yeah, it is mainly if you look at the southern parts of Himachal, southern parts of Uttarakhand, northern parts of UP.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, northern Bihar, especially northeast Bihar we have given. Any other questions or comments? So thank you very much. If there is no questions or comments,
Sir, when is the next long-range forecast you will give?
That you asked, yes. So long-range forecast, second update will provide by the last week of May. But before that, we'll provide the monsoon onset forecast for Kerala.
Okay.
And that usually goes around 15th of May.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much. I extend my heartiest greetings, and on behalf of IMD, I express our deep gratitude to all of you for supporting in communicating the informations and enabling people to take actions. Maybe we have not been able to reduce the death to zero, but number of deaths, in spite of all the thunderstorm activity which you saw in the month of April, the death has been minimal. We have got around 20 deaths. But that should not happen also. We can work together to minimize the loss of lives further, and also the loss of property can be minimized. So thank you very much. We will meet again perhaps around May 15, or we'll meet otherwise the last week of May. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.